Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Above the Ring. I'm your host, Sammy SLB. Alongside me today, as always, is the man behind the Twitter, the other half of this operation. It is Scott. Scott, we are coming off. We are coming off of one of the best AEW pay-per-views I think we've seen. Double or Nothing 3.
Yeah. This may be one of the best pay-per-views I've actually ever seen. And I say that maybe with a little bit of favoritism only because the crowd 100% back, and you could feel it from the first moment. And I swear I had chills for the first 2 hours because the chants, just anything that the crowd did, it just intensified that feeling that things feel like a little bit more normal. And God, it was great to watch.
But I think the crowd said two things. A, things get back to normal. And B, despite all the shit people give the product, I mean, AEW, they got some. There were matches where it didn't stop.
Right.
Like, there was so many moments. I'm just like, all you could hear was the crowd going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
And it's just like things getting back to normal, but also, yo, this shit's mad now. Like, it's
Yeah. This crowd had 4 hours of energy. It's like they all pounded some energy drinks before they started this show because they started with the pre-show match and completely lost their absolute shit with the last match of the night. I don't think they calmed down at all. It was great. I loved it.
yeah. We got plenty of moments here that we're gonna talk about here shortly. Just before we do so, if you guys haven't, we have our pre-show, the go home show for AEW Double or Nothing 3. If you guys want to check it out. Check out, what Scott and I picked. We had an interesting, pretty an evening night. If I'm remembering correctly.
Yep.
Yeah.
We tied once again because, of course, we did.
Because they didn't want one of us to have all the glory.
No, of course not. No, that's all right.
So if you guys want to go, make sure you check us out, Podbean, Spotify, etc., etc. And we're on YouTube, so you can watch Scott and I's face for a good hour and a half. On a podcast, we said, "Oh, it's going to be shorter."
Yeah,
It's not.
Nope.
So we'll just kick right into it. First and foremost, 7:30, we had the buy-in, the pre-show. NWA Women's Title match, Serena Deeb taking on and defeating Rio by submission. To go off your statement, even the pre-show was like pins and needles.
Fire. Oh my God. The crowd, like that first pop for Riho was just insane. And then they didn't let up for Serena Deeb, and they were all 50-50 until Serena just went full heel. And I'm just like, yes, embrace the dark side. And the crowd was still like, boo, we hate you. And then 5 minutes later, go Deeb, go. All right. Man, that just set the whole stage for the night, and it just did not let up.
No, it did not. It did not. I mean, going right into it, we had Hangman Adam Page taking on and defeating Brian Cage. I did not expect this to be the opener.
No, I didn't either. But boy, did this deliver, and we called it exactly how it ended. We knew down the line how it was going to happen. And can I tell you, we had some good pops for people tonight, but the one for Hangman, I think, would be number one.
Yes.
It was, oh my God. And even he was taken aback too. He came out and they just screamed, and he's just like, whoa, fuck, let's go.
Yeah, no, this was kind of, I think, what you and I expected too. It was like a upper bill, just the almost like a Haas match. You got some kind of cool spots. Brian Cage going to do a buckshot lariat and miss it. Little.
And the Hangman hitting the F5. It's just like,
Yup.
all right, let's go.
Yeah, and it was a fire way to open up the night. And like you said, it didn't stop. Following that, we had the Young Bucks taking on Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, with the Young Bucks retaining. This is so, even especially AEW, there are all good matches. Like, I was expecting all these matches to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
This one was one of those where, okay, this is going to be good. And you're like, wow, this was better than I thought it was going to be. And I had no doubt in this match was going to be, bad. Like, I was just like, this is going to be a good match. But this was incredible. Everybody had their moment. Moxley and Kingston didn't stop wailing on, Matt and Nick. Yep. Matt and Nick's chemistry of mocking their tag team partners it makes you hate them.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing a wonderful job as heels. Yeah. It's they're starting to get to that point where you need to have, like, the crowd needs to have somebody beat them, but the Young Bucks are always going to find a way to steal the win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to get to such a fever pitch that whenever a team finally beats the Bucks, they're right to the moon. Easily.
Yeah, they're definitely pumping all this momentum into them. Because at that point, when they do finally lose those titles, people don't care who they're losing them to at one point. It's just they want them gone.
Yeah.
Good old sports hatemanship. I'll call it hatemanship. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
Yep, absolutely.
Following that, we have the Casino Battle Royale. This is probably the only match I thought was weaker than I was expecting.
Yeah, there was some definite awkward moments, like Matt Sydal slipping yet again.
Yep.
Getting himself eliminated.
Max Caster looked like he accidentally got eliminated almost.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, there was a couple of those. But the surprise, the to be announced, the Joker, was none other than the man of the hour himself, Lio Rush. Man, I'm glad that my neighbor behind me was working because I yelled so loud. Man, that was a nice surprise. He obviously, unfortunately, didn't last too long, but I loved surprises, and it's not the only one we got tonight. We'll talk about that one a little bit later too.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. So with Lio Rush.
It's after midnight, folks. It's totally understandable.
He was actually one of the few people who, again, I didn't really watch him in the WWE. You were more familiar with him. Mm-hmm. But, like, the name right now is on fire in the indie scene.
Yep.
And that was one name I didn't even think about.
I didn't either. Yeah, that was a complete and utter surprise. And I was expecting somebody from Impact, like Sami Callihan or Moose, because we talked about him, or talked about both of them during our pre-show. So I was under the thought of somebody from Impact, not somebody from MLW. Somebody who's worked with New Japan. So that was, again, here comes the forbidden door, opening up to yet another company. So is he with AEW now? Is he just the one night? Who knows? But it was real nice to see Lio Rush on national television or national cable pay-per-views again.
No, it was good. And I was actually surprised he looked. So again, when he was Bobby Lashley's hype man, I don't think I ever watched him wrestle.
Yeah, he didn't wrestle really on the main roster, and if he did, he was kind of in the honestly in the jobber role, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but here you got to see some of his talent, and he pretty decent.
Yeah, there was some mishaps with that second rope stunner that he does. Normally when I've watched that, he's been flawless with it. I don't know if it was just a miscommunication with Matt Hardy or just he landed wrong or so it wasn't pristine, but I've seen him do better. So obviously I know he can do better. So I mean that's just me nitpicking, but still, but that's not even the biggest thing. The winner. Neither one of us called this. I actually didn't even know he was in the match at all. I know we had a few injuries that caused other people to come in, but Jungle Boy has himself an AEW heavyweight title shot against the winner of the triple threat match that we'll talk about momentarily. I did not see that coming, and I'm so happy that we both took the L on that, and I'm completely okay with it because Jungle Boy, he's worked so hard for this, and
Mm-hmm.
now he has a title shot, and I can't wait to see what happens. When is it going to happen? I don't know. I personally hope that they slow build this all the way to All Out in September in Chicago. Oh man, it's gonna be batshit crazy. That's my hope. Whether they do or not, I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, it was a shocker. There was a moment. So it was. I said this. I don't think I texted you this, but when Christian came out, I looked at one of my friends who was sitting next to me. I go, "Yo, what if they pull an Edge from the Rumble this year?" And it was close.
Yep.
It almost happened.
Yep.
Um, but no, there were moments in this match where definitely a little slow. There were slow pace for a Rumble, and I think almost in between every 2 or so minutes, they'd have 4 people already eliminated. So it was like,
Yeah, it was. They didn't really let the ring fill up, which I guess is okay, but between like the first round and the second round, it was like 3 people were gone. It's like,
mhm.
okay, never mind.
Yeah. So following that, we had the Cody Rhodes and Anthony Gogo match with Cody getting the win on this. Um,
Yeah, you and I made the fatal mistake of it's Memorial Day weekend, and of course
George Washington
somebody
is wrestling. Yes.
right, yeah, completely in the red, white, and blue. And as soon as I saw Cody come out with that, I was like, ah, shit, we we done messed up, Sam.
Yeah. I don't. That was the trump card, Scott. We could have a higher win
Oh,
percentage. We wouldn't be at
oh.
50-50.
Yeah, we started off a hot 3-0, and then we quickly were 3-2, going, oh shit.
Like Toronto right now, right?
Womp womp.
Uh, Following that, we had and I think I might have said something about this. Miro defeating Lance Archer by knockout.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the monster match I was expecting.
Yes. Yes. And of course, with Miro taking a cheap shot at Jake the Snake on his 66th birthday during the weigh-in on Saturday, and then him eating the snake bag. We're like, there can't be a snake in there. And then, of course, Miro texts or tweets later in the night, call PETA. I don't give a rat's ass. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, no, when he grabbed that bag immediately when he threw it, he goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "There's no way they
No.
allow him to put that." Yeah, it's like, no, no. But like I said, this was good. This was great. I like how, yeah, he defeated him by knockout, but that just shows you how tough Lance Archer is.
Yeah,
So
didn't tap out. He just took a nap. It's fine.
same. Like we'll be both doing after we're done this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Following that might be my match of the night.
Okay.
Britt Baker and Hikaru Shida defeating Shida by submission to become the AEW Women's World Championship. Whew. This was a fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of me thought this match went on just a little too long. Towards the end, I could kind of tell the crowd seemed a little, I don't know if antsy's the word, or I don't know. It felt like it should have ended like maybe 5 minutes sooner than it did. This was still one of the longer matches of the night, coming in a little over 17 minutes. But I'm not going to take away from Baker getting the win. This was well deserved. The match was good. It was physical. It wasn't it wasn't a masterpiece, but it got the job done in a very strong way. Cheetah went out, as on her back, and tapped out to Brit, and then you have Tony Schiavone giving her a big hug after that. I think the only thing that could have made that moment more perfect, and I know obviously this would never have happened, but as Brit's standing at the entranceway holding up the title, if Adam Cole had walked out and just was clapping as that happened, like you want to see an explosion. The crowd would have just lost their minds if
Biggest
that would have
pop of the
happened.
night.
Oh my god, that would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, there was.
But unfortunately, the Forbidden Door doesn't open that wide.
No, it does not. No, it does not. It's a one-way door. So, following that, Sting and Darby Allin taking on defeating Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
That feel-good moment. That feel-good moment that I had a feeling would happen. And the transition at the end, where Scorpio Sky goes to DDT Sting off from the top rope, trying to springboard himself in. Sting catches him, Scorpion Death Drop for the pin. It was so smooth. I was like, this man is in his 60s and he's pulling shit off like this. Brilliant. Mm-hmm. Loved it. I thought it was a great. I was surprised that they gave Sting the pin, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this match.
No, this was incredible. Ethan Page looked like the egotistical psychopath that he is.
They're throwing Darby into his own brothers.
Yep.
And
that look in his eyes, that like, it was crazy because every time Sting even like hit somebody, again, I'm gonna recall Hogan and The Rock, like Sting looked amazing. I don't think he probably didn't do it. He probably worked within his limits, obviously, because of his age. But like every time, it could have been a punch, and the crowd roared. Yeah. And that was like when Hogan and Rock, won, back and forth. Insane. It was Sting's back. That's big.
Yeah. The You Still Got It chants were definitely deserved tonight. Sometimes the crowd will do that, and it's like, tonight it was deserved. Like, honestly, who the hell expects a 60-plus-year-old man diving off a giant pile of chips into Scorpio and Ethan? I mean, seriously, like, what? Just madness.
Insane. And it was paced pretty well. So
it was. It was.
Yeah. So, following that, we had the AW World title match. Another example of a match that I knew was going to be good, but this exceeded my expectations.
Yes.
Because, again, we always remember Orange Cassidy. He's kind of like he's comical. He has a lot of, he has a lot of energy towards him in regards to his status.
Mm-hmm.
But then when he kicked into, no, I'm going to wrestle mode, I was like, this match is about to get fucking real.
Yep.
And it did.
Yeah.
Like,
I do love... Go ahead, sorry.
Let's say, everything about this match was gold.
Yes.
And the amount of fakes that you and I both, I think, jumped for.
I think we texted one another more times during this match than anything else. I'm like, oh my god, I thought Orange had it. Oh my god, again! It's so wily, just like grabbing Pac, throwing him out of the ring, and trying to pin Kenny, and almost getting him. Just like and then the way it ends, bro, like just Kenny pulling it out in the ninth inning, just getting that walk off, roll up, crucifix pin to retain the title and escape after Don Callis, that son of a bitch.
Oh my god, the fuck you Don chants were hysterical.
Yes! Oh, man. Yeah, like yeah, that was great. I really appreciated that match. For me, I probably would say that one would be my match of the night. Just from a storytelling, like,
it didn't stop.
aspect. Oh, it was great. It was 27 minutes long, and I was on the edge of my couch for 27 minutes.
Yeah. They did this again. This was one of those matches where even the losers don't look any weaker than they did going in.
Right, because even though Orange Cassidy took the pin, he took it after he was trying to make a pin of his own. So it's not like he got hit with the one-winged angel and was pinned clean. It was kind of like a sneaky pin at the very end. And we caught him. Oh, shit. So, again, but this kind of leaves what happens with Pac now. Pac never got pinned. Does now he have a gripe for a one-on-one shot?
I could say that. I don't know. There's the possibilities are endless.
I know.
Oh, man. So following that, the main event. I don't know. We got a couple other things to mention. First and foremost, they're going back to the touring schedule.
Yes.
It means they announced not just one, but their next two pay-per-views, All Out, September 5th in Chicago. And I was just talking to you about this. That Wednesday, they're going to be in Boston, and I have those tickets. So, whatever happens, I texted somebody, and it was one of my friend's wives, and she was, so I'm new to this. Like, what's a Fallout show? I go, it's the show after a pay-per-view, and shit happens usually. So,
yeah. I cannot wait. Yes. I obviously will be tweeting that show, and not jealous at all that, not at the show.
And then, after that, we're going to have November 6th is going to be in St. Louis. The Ropes guys, shout out to you.
Yep.
Full gear. So that's gonna come quick. But we had one other big announcement that was made before we talked about Friday, August 13th, AEW Rampage, 10 o'clock after SmackDown. But we got a new commentator and a new coach. The world's strongest man is All Elite, Mark Henry.
Man, bringing the Hall of Pain to AEW, and I can't even tell you the feelings that I felt when Tony Schiavone said the world's strongest man, and I was just like, no. What? Another lifer, you think, has defected?
And again, it's I think it says wonders when you have lifers from the WWE.
Yep.
Just going, yeah, nope, I'm going to this other company.
Yeah.
Especially when you're loyal like that. Like if Mark Calloway showed up tomorrow,
forget it.
Yeah, just that makes me that much more excited for Rampage. Like,
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, like, what happened? Like, I know, obviously, Mark Henry's career is over and whatnot, but it's like, why isn't he a coach at the Performance Center? Why isn't he teaching the big guys how to be big guys in WWE? What makes him go to AEW? Did he get Vince's blessing like Paul White did? Did he just say, fuck you guys, I'm going over there? So it's like, I need answers. I need them.
mm-hmm. Will we ever have him? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
But looking forward to that. We're going to be starting our coverage that night, August 13th again, Friday. Oh, looking forward to it. Stadium Stampede. This was quite the bout.
Yes.
Not as long as last year, but just as wild, if not more wild.
More entertaining, I would say, than, like, from an actual fight standpoint. From a comedic standpoint, the first one was better. From a legit war, this one was fantastic.
No, this felt like almost like I was watching a movie because it was like the way the characters would like flow in and out. We're gonna focus on this one, then we're gonna focus on this one for a bit, and we're gonna come back around and talk. See what's going on here. It was fluid. It was very fluid, and I was shocked the way that match ended. I was like, this was gonna be a Jericho MJF finish.
Yeah, but instead they let the Young Guns finish it off. And I have to say, the moment of the whole thing for me was when Sean Spears was in his chair room and the lights just come on and all the chairs are shown and he's slamming the one chair against the ground to get Sammy's attention. I was like, oh my God, this is perfection for him. It's so perfect. And then, of course, he says sometimes sometimes some men are born to be buried, and he's the one who ends up taking the pin. It's just like, I kind of feel bad for him because everywhere he's been, he gets buried.
But you know what? Maybe this is a situation where he can be himself, but maybe he wants to. Maybe he wants to be towards the. Maybe he just likes to wrestle.
Yeah,
And
and that's all good and fine. But now this kind of makes me wonder what's going to happen to him come Dynamite this Friday, because clearly MJF and the rest of the Pinnacle not going to be happy because the Inner Circle survives. Sammy is the one who gets the pin on Sean Spears, and Inner Circle stays, which I'm okay with that, with taking that L. Back of my head, like I said on our pre-show, our go home show, I was like 52-48. Like, it was so close. So I'm not mad that the Inner Circle is still around. It's just now I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen with Sean, and I don't want him to get kicked out because he had just got back on TV.
Yeah, I hope not. Maybe they'll do like I said. I originally thought this was like the second of a trilogy, and it might be. So maybe.
Well, maybe that's true.
But I will tell you, this whole match, dude, they were grooming Sammy in this match. Like like especially towards the end, the way he walked into the arena and like just took control. I was like, they are now grooming Sammy, Jungle Boy, MJF. Three people I think you and I have both talked about were going to be like staples, foundations for the new guard, Adam Page included. So,
I also like the fact that it went full circle with Sammy now being the one driving the golf cart and running over somebody.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed this pay-per-view. Easily, for me, the best one of the year for AEW. And quite possibly WWE as well. So they definitely made up for everything that went wrong on their last pay-per-view. So we have moved past that. That is gone. And now we move forward to All Out in September in Chicago, one of the best wrestling cities in America. Dear Lord, here we go.
Yeah. There was the hype behind this pay-per-view, which was incredible. And it met the hype.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Easy.
I felt like tonight was WrestleMania Sunday.
Yeah. Yep.
Like they had almost like WrestleMania moments, Frankie Kazarian coming out.
Yeah.
During the match. Leo Rush, like a real like we had our expectations, but we forgot about him. And I'm just as excited that he showed up.
Yeah.
Sting in the match. Just moments. Like the classic WrestleMania moment. Plenty of those happened on this pay-per-view.
Yeah. Easily an A+. 10 out of 10 I'd give it for me.
Ah, yes. The Scotty J Stream rating system.
My grading system.
We're gonna push Dave Meltzer out of the fucking conversation.
Right. Get your 7-star matches out of here, bitch.
This is a Q rated. What's Q rated? I don't know. But we love this pay-per-view. I have chills on my spine because now we got crowds back. And this was an amazing show. We're going to the fucking moon, baby. That's what's happening. And guess what? Above the Ring is going to be covering that. Guys, thank you for listening. And don't forget, as always, please follow us on Twitter at media_bedlam. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Bedlam Media. That's right. This will be on YouTube, too. Bang, bang. You can find myself as the SOB Official and Scotty J Stream on Twitter as well. You can find us on all streaming platforms, including Pandora. If there's one that we're not on, please let us know, and we will get ourselves on there. Also, on your streaming platform, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, leave a review. Tell people why you think that Above the Ring is the podcast that they need to listen, that you listen to, and why they need to listen to it as well. Guys, Double Nothing weekend has come and gone. We got the Fallout coming up. We have a wonderful week of wrestling per usual. Guys, thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, do not forget to join the Bedlam.